It
is 7 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. Before we adopt the agenda, there are two additions under correspondence. There aren't requests or anything, just correspondence that we received late, but if we wait, it'll be too late. So under 9.1, Engage Nova Scotia, and 9.2, Honorable Mark Fury, Attorney General Justice. If you're okay with that, we would need a motion. Proposed by Councillor Hill, seconded by Deputy Warden. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Against? Motion carried. Number 3, are there any items on the agenda that could put you in a conflict of interest? If not, we'll go to number 4, presentations. There are none tonight. 5, adoption of minutes. 5.1, December 16th, 2020, regular council meeting. Are there errors or omissions? Moved by Deputy Warden Leblanc, seconded by Councillor DeVoe. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Against? Motion carried. 5.2, January 6th, 2021, council and committee meeting. Are there any errors or omissions? Moved by Councillor Hill, seconded by Councillor Godin. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Number 6, business arising from previous council meetings. There's nothing there tonight. Warden's activity report. I really don't have a long report with the holidays and COVID. A lot of activities were canceled. So on January 6th, I recorded a virtual message in recognition of the African Heritage Month for 2021 that will take place in February. In the previous years, there was always a ceremony in Digby, but this year they canceled all the ceremonies and they will do one video for the province. January 13th, I assisted at a meeting here at the municipal office with the Union of the Fishermen of the Maritimes, just for an update on the lobster fisheries crisis. It's quiet at the moment, but we know that it's coming quickly, and we've discussed, Stefan and I, that maybe it's time to start meeting up again to move things forward. It's not we might. If something's going to happen this summer, we have to be ready for it, so might as well get moving with that. January 16th, I assisted to a session here at the municipal office with EMO Nova Scotia on the emergency management, and that was a meeting that all the council members participated at, and it was a really good meeting. That's my report. I don't know if you have any questions. Next, we'll go to 8, official statements from members of council. Are there any official presentations? If not, we'll go to correspondence, 9.1, Engage Nova Scotia. Thank you, Mr. Warden.
My name is Catherine Hart, and I work at Engage Nova Scotia. We're a small nonprofit whose work is focused on a more vibrant, resilient, and inclusive Nova Scotia. One of our current initiatives is called From Me to You. It is a province-wide note-writing initiative this winter that asks Nova Scotians to write or draw a note to someone in their community, a person they know or haven't met, and then leave it on a bus, at a coffee shop, or on the doorstep. From Me to You took form as our team thought about the challenges people are facing in light of the increased isolation since COVID-19, Nova Scotia Quality of Life Survey results that show how important connections are to our well-being, and how winter months can be particularly challenging for people's mental health. We know that we never know what anyone is facing in their lives at the moment our paths cross, and we can never know the impacts that small gestures of thoughtfulness can have on someone on any given day. This is an opportunity for each of us to uplift someone and to do it all together. If you are able, there's a few things you can do. Write a note card, put up posters, promote the initiative. If there's another way you'd like your community to take part, please let us know. We'd be happy to talk further with pencil and paper in hand. Catherine Hart, Communications and Project Specialist, Engage Nova Scotia.
Are there questions, comments? If not, we'll go to 9.2. Honorable Mike Fury, Attorney General, Justice.
On December 3rd, 2019, the Government of Nova Scotia announced that the municipality of the District of Clare will be prescribed as a public sector body under the Accessibility Act as of April 1st, 2020. Last spring, some public sector bodies shared concerns about capacity to meet their obligations under the Act, given the impact of COVID-19. I recognize the unprecedented challenges facing all Nova Scotians, and I committed to adjusting the timelines to ensure there is sufficient time and capacity to support the development of your accessibility plan. I am pleased to announce a one-year extension to the prescription deadline. This means that the municipality of the District of Clare will be prescribed as a public sector body under the Act as of April 1st, 2021. The municipality of the District of Clare must form an accessibility advisory committee and have an accessibility plan in place by April 1st, 2022. Despite this extension, I encourage you to continue progressing with your accessibility planning. The Accessibility Directorate has developed several resources to assist you in meeting your obligations under the Accessibility Act, including Accessibility Planning Toolkit for prescribed public sector bodies, the Accessibility Planning Toolkit for municipalities, and the Interim Accessibility Guidelines for indoor and outdoor spaces. These resources are all available online at novascotia.ca/accessibility. In addition, the Accessibility Directorate is developing a series of webinars which will be available soon to further guide our collaborative efforts. Work is well underway across the province as accessibility advisory committees are being established and the development of accessibility plans are beginning. Some prescribed bodies have formed a joint accessibility advisory committee and are developing a joint accessibility plan with other prescribed public sector bodies that share similar interests as this is permitted under the Act. We look forward to continuing to support you in this important work. For assistance to further information, please contact Carla Bazanzin at 902-440-5007 or carla.bazanzin@novascotia.ca. Thank you for your continued commitment to building an inclusive province for all Nova Scotians. Yours truly, Mark Fury.
Are there questions? In terms of the committee, the municipality will have to put in place, will that be pushed back a bit, you think? The municipality, just for those that are listening, the municipality hasn't, there's a Deputy Warden Leblanc, Councillor Petit and Councillor Comeau. The next step would be to come out with a manifestation of interest to see if there are any members of the community that would like to be on the committee. We would like for the committee to be, we would like for the members of the community to be appointed to the committee in this fiscal year so that at the beginning of the next fiscal year to start elaborating the plan. Thank you. Are there other questions? If not, we'll go to 10. Chief Administrative Officer's report. Thank you. Just an overview of the different projects at the Eco Park, Phase 2 environmental, and the activities on the site has started this week. Woods is on site. They will be there this week, and they think that the field activities will be done this week, and that the samples will be sent to the lab Monday morning. When I talk about samples, I mean water and soil samples. Normally, the turnaround, if all is well, is 2 weeks, which means that Woods would have everything in hand in 2 weeks as of next week, and from there, they will send us a draft of the report. If there that would take 4 weeks if there's no delays at the lab. So that means that we would have the report at the beginning of March. And from then, after they get our feedback on the report, they ask for 2 weeks to complete the report and to send the final version. So if all goes well, we can expect to receive the results in March.
For the tourism public spaces, not much new there. The conceptual plans for all the sites that are part of the project are going well. Just a reminder that the council will meet virtually with Upland next Wednesday to revise the plans. The estimates for costs and the specs are being developed presently. The consultants will be back in Clare after the meeting with the council to meet with the people involved to discuss, that was discussed earlier this year. The format and the date of those discussions or consultations with the public are not yet determined, but the deadline for the project, we should finish by the end of February on the 28th. Speaking with the consultants, they are confident that they will be able to meet that date, and it is something we want to be able to finish within a month. For the Veterans Center, there also the work is going good. Red and the engineers, cost estimators and everything were in place on site this week. Their work is going well also. We hope to finish the design work between now and March. Our team here at the municipality, we are revising our finance request that we presented to you a few months ago to incorporate the design that Red gave us, and also to revise the information that we had included, provide updates and price quotes and everything, with the intention of making a presentation to the council and committee meeting in March to have your permission to go forward with the project and to approach the funding groups to go ahead. For the welcoming committee, Marc-André Lacasse was hired by the Acadian Society of Clare as a cultural animator and is working with the municipality on different community projects, including the preparations of welcome kits. We are developing a partnership with Université Sainte-Anne regarding the delivery of French courses for the immigrants or new arrivals in the area. It is something that St. Anne's offers, but it is only offered on the campus in Halifax or virtually. But the team here at the municipality and the university, we thought of seeing the value of having somebody in place to do that. So it is something we should be able to go ahead with, and it will require the support of the private sector to participate also. Amy Paradis, our communications agent, participated in several meetings on this, and with national organizations. She was there January 14th and 15th. So this is a chance to link and to discover the challenges of other welcoming communities. And I think the consensus with the 14 committees are the challenges of COVID. And most of these plans were elaborated just before COVID and submitted, but now they are establishing plans with several activities and still respect the restrictions of COVID to meet people. So it is a challenge that we had not thought of beforehand. So that being said, we are creating links, important links with those communities, and we are learning from each other. Again, Amy met Kathleen D'Entremont-Mooney this week to discuss the possibility of partnerships and opportunities to work together, especially with the private sector. So it's a dialogue that will continue. At the community activities, we are looking for February to promote the February Art Challenge organized by the Clare Arts Council to offer art programs to the new arrivals. The intention is to have them participate in this activity and to create links with members of the community and to encourage them to participate in community activities and create relations with other people in the community. So we hope that will bear fruit. The breakwater in Belleville's Cove is going well. The project started November 19th, as I mentioned already. Up to date, there are 9,000 tons of armor stone that was placed. To complete the project, we need another 3,070 tons. If everything goes well, and we expect to complete the project between now and the end of January. The weather, we had a really good winter so far, so it's because of that temperature that the workers could go faster than what was planned. So everything is going well. For the Housing Action Plan, at the December 16th meeting, the contract was accorded to SHS Consulting. The value is for $37,270 plus taxes, and of this amount, 75% is paid by ACOA. Since that meeting, myself and our community development director met with the consultants twice to launch the exercise to revise the work description to make sure we're all on the same page and to give them pertinent information regarding the municipality and the challenges we have regarding housing. So these were good discussions so far. The advisory committee was put in place to help the consultants in their work. The committee includes members of the municipality, of the staff, and a representative from the council, as well as a community representative and the private sector representatives. So the members of the committee for the municipality are the warden, Rodney LeBlanc, myself, as well as the community development director, Ben Doucette. The community is represented by André LeBlanc of the Economic Council, and the private sector is represented by Gilles Thériault from AF Thériault, Frank Anderson from Riverside Lobster, and we are waiting for a representative from Como Seafoods. The meetings are held every 2 weeks. The goal of the committee is to guide the work of SHS Consulting, and the deadline to complete the project is March 31st, so it is an ambitious deadline. The asset manager, nothing new there. We finished the program. We are waiting for final documents from AIM, who gave us the program. Our request, as you know, for resources to develop a global plan was submitted. There is a lot of interest in that program, so we are waiting for an answer. For me, it'll be a few months before we get news about this, but we remain optimistic. For the fast EV charger that we discussed also and that we supported, the council supported it. The request was submitted to Natural Resources Canada. So if the project is accepted, that means the municipality of Clare will see 3 levels of 3 chargers in the municipality, fast chargers, and these will be placed at the Joseph and Marie Park in Anse-de-Béliveau, the Veteran Center in Sonyville, and the Lighthouse Park at Cape St. Mary. The sidewalk in Metegan is also going well. We are expecting some news from the consultants to see where they are with the plan. Up to date, all the data collection and the base plan for the existing conditions have been completed. The intention of the company now is to start the detailed design plan. They started that in December. The intention was when they arrive at 50%, when they complete 50%, they will have a virtual meeting with the council to revise the plan to make sure there is no revision or adjustments to be made before the plan is completed. So their intention is as much as possible to have that meeting in January. So I am waiting for news from them to see when they want this done. Track and field project. It's another that all the requests have been submitted. The dialogue with the different government levels are continuing. It is positive. There also, I have no news so far, but I remain optimistic that we will receive news shortly. So as soon as I have a call from the province, I will let you know. So as a reminder, the provincial financing is confirmed, as well as the municipality and the university. We are expecting a confirmation from the federal contribution.
The Clare Veterans Center, just a small update there. Our upgrade for energy efficient lighting is almost complete. All the lights inside and inside and outside the building have been changed except 7. The 7 that are missing are supposed to arrive next week. So within the next few weeks, that project should be completed. There's still our rebate to apply for through Efficiency Nova Scotia, but that's just documents to fill out and send. All the preliminary work has been done. For the installation of the generator, the oil tank, and the switch all have been ordered. So that's going forward. You may have also seen our communications officer has launched this week a new website. It's still the same address, www.clarenovascotia.com. It's a site that is more functional, that has a more modern look. There are new functions on the site, like a calendar that accepts submissions from the public for events, and we can also inform citizens if there's an event that's canceled or something urgent going on. We will have that capacity. And with this new website, we can it's possible to see it on laptops, tablets, cell phones, smartphones, all that. For the finances, on December 31st, 2020, the municipality had $9,074,489 in revenues, $7,726,726 approximately for a surplus of a little over $1 million. On December 31st, still, the municipality had a balance of $1,738,967 in its operational fund, in its capital project fund, for a total in reserve of $6,293,693. This last amount can be ventilated in the following way. The operation reserve, $2,167,421. The capital project reserve, $2,802,553. The landfill closure reserve, $332,412. And the gas tax reserve, $991,247. And that's my report. Are there any questions? That makes us realize that we have lots of projects going, and they're all good projects. That's very impressive. Thank you, Mr. Cyr. Number 11, committee reports. 11.1, building permits. Councillor Hill.
The construction report for December of 2020, we ended out at 255 permits issued for a value of construction of $9,588,582, and compared to 2019, we had $10,433,335. We were pretty close in both years. The only reason that 2019 is because they had a huge finish in December. They finished with 1.7, and just in the month of December, so it was both really good years.
As-tu des questions?
Are there questions? If not, we'll go to 11.2, Police Advisory Report. Councillor Potier. We had a meeting on January 11th with Jeff Leblanc, Corporal Jeff Leblanc. It was a short meeting because we hadn't had one, but it was informative. The corporal let us know that a lot of people in the area are still discussing about what went on or what is going on with the situation in Matagan River. But on March 8th, there's a court date, and he wants people to know that there are no guns in the house of the person in question. Next, he told us that the presence of the RCMP was done on December 22nd. The fact that they were here because of the lobster fisheries, it's a lot more quieter than it was, but the detachment is still in contact with the RCMP in Halifax and Ottawa to know what to do for the spring that's coming up. So they know what's going on, and they're taking some actions. He also spoke about COVID-19, that there have been a lot of calls, and he says that people from Clare have been very cooperative. People have visited every day. The holidays were quiet, he reported, and he thinks that it has to do with, he finds that most people followed the rules. We will be losing 2 members, 2 RCMP members. They will move, but we have 2 new ones that will be coming. I don't have the names, but they are coming. And to end, there's a member of the group that left the group, so we'll put out an expression of interest for another member. Are there questions for Councillor Potier? Thank you for the report. Next, we'll go to 11.3, waste check. Councillor DeVoe. Thank you, Mr. Warden. We had our AGM on January 11th, the same day as the police board. It was a short AGM because it was a virtual, of course. We named the officials, and apart from that, I just would like to say that we have 9 new members on the committee. The elections changed things a bit, so it brought in new members, and that's good. After the meeting, we had our regular meeting, still virtually, of course. We spoke about the committees. So we also established the committees. So we spoke about the committees and how they would work. Nothing changed from previous years. We also spoke a bit about, there's now an app that you can put on your phone, or it's an app that for people that will use it, that will install it on their phone or their tablet. It's an app that will give them a lot of information. So, for example, if there's a day that garbage isn't picked up because of because of the weather or holidays or something, and people don't know if it's going to be picked up or not, that information will be there. It will be full of information, which will be really good, I think. So the app is called Recycle Coach. And for those that want to install it and it doesn't work, or that have questions on the app itself, you can call WasteCheck at their office in Yarmouth, and they will be able to answer your questions. So we would like for the public to know about this. The more people are on the app, the better it is. So that's mostly what we spoke about at our last WasteCheck meeting. Thank you.
Thank you for the report. Are there any questions? If not, we will go on to 12, new business. 12.1, motion to approve repairs and upgrades of the transfer station. The balance for transfer, as I noted at the last meeting, needed repairs and improvements. It is work that is being done by Advatech Systems, Inc. We had not made the motion yet in spite of making you aware, we did not make the motion yet because there were additions to the works for which we did not have any quotes. But now that most of the work is done, what we would like to do, and talking with the finance director, is that we ask the council to pass a motion to approve $18,000 plus HST for the repairs and upgrades to the transfer station, and that it be taken from the capital reserve. Does anybody wish to make the motion? Councillor DeVoe? Thank you, Mr. Warden. I move that the council for the municipality of the District of Clare approve up to $18,000 plus HST for the repairs and upgrades that are necessary to the scale at the transfer station as completed by Advatech Systems Incorporated, and that these funds be taken from the municipality's capital reserve. Does anybody wish to second the motion? Councillor Hill, any discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary, motion is carried. Next, we will go to 12.2, motion to award a tender for the generator and transfer switch connections at the Clare Health Center, with the last steps for the purchase and the installation of the generator was essentially to determine the costs for the connections of the generator and the transfer switch, as well as the purchase of mobilized louvers where the generator will be held. So we asked companies to submit tenders, and following the examination of the tenders, the recommendation of the staff and myself is that we grant the contract for the connections and the transfer switch for the generator for a total of $42,254, and that these funds be taken from the municipality's capital reserve to B. LeBlanc Electrical and Philippe LeBlanc Diesel Repair for $5,296. So these are all that is left to complete the project for the generator. Does anybody wish to make the motion? Deputy Warden LeBlanc. I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare award the tender for the generator and transfer switch connection at the Clare Health Center, as well as the purchase of motorized louvers for the building housing the generator as detailed below, for a total of $42,254 plus HST, and that these funds be taken from the municipality's capital reserve. Generator and transfer switch connections to B. LeBlanc Electrical for $36,958 plus HST, and the purchase of motorized louvers to Philip LeBlanc Diesel Repair Limited, $5,296 plus HST. Does anybody wish to second the motion? Councillor Potier, any discussion? Ready for the vote? All those in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary, no. Motion is carried. 12.3, motion to send a letter of support for the association, Rails to Trail Association. We were approached by the president of the association, Rails to Trails, to send them a letter of support for their request for financing that they will send to OHV Infrastructure Fund. The financing that they are asking for is to maintain the trail, brush cutting and grading and things like that. It is work that they do regularly every year. The request is for a letter only. They are not asking for financial support from the municipality. And I also sent a similar letter in 2017 at their last tender to OHV. So this is not new. And with all the work that these volunteers are putting to ensure the maintenance of the trail, it is something that I request to the council to strongly recommend that we support their request. Does anybody wish to make the motion? Councillor DeVoe. Thank you, Mr. Warden. I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare send a letter to the Association Sentier de Clare Rails to Rails Association in support of their application to the OHV Infrastructure Fund. Anybody wish to second the motion? Councillor Godet, any discussion? I would say it is an important infrastructure to the municipality, and we are extremely lucky to have a committee. And I know there were a lot of changes at the committee level. The people who were members before have done a really good job, and we are lucky to have some young people, different people getting involved. And I know it will bring it to a higher level to promote and develop this for the community. So, any questions or comments before we go to the vote? All those in favor indicate by saying yes. Contrary, no. Motion is carried. 12.4, motion to nominate community representative at the Hermit Hospital Foundation. Before the holidays, we had an invitation for a call from the people of Clare who would be interested to sit at the Hermit Hospital Foundation as the community representative for the municipality of Clare. We received an interest or a candidate from Lisa Doucette, who is presently the manager of CIFA. She is very interested in the role, but my recommendation to the council would be that we consider her request and that we name Lisa as our community rep at the Hospital Foundation. Anybody wish to make the motion?
I move that the Council for the Municipality of the District of Clare nominate Lisa Doucette to the Yarmouth Hospital Foundation as the community representative for the municipality of Clare.
Appuyé par Conseil 12.
Is there discussion? I would like to say that I have been on that on the Yarmouth Hospital Foundation, and I think Lisa will be an excellent representative for the municipality, and they're lucky to have her. So congratulations to Lisa and good luck to her on behalf of council. Are you ready for the question? All in favor indicate by saying yes. Against? Motion carried. 13, closed session. There's only one item. It's 13.1, personnel matters. So that being said, we need a motion to go to the closed session. Moved by Councillor Doucette, seconded by Deputy Warden. All in favor indicate by saying yes. Against?